Welcome back to the 25 Days of Puppy Christmas Card Ideas, where we're giving you 25 ideas for your Christmas cards, one that you can use for your Christmas cards, 24 for your social media advent calendar leading up to the big reveal of your Christmas cards. And this one is really fun. It's all about a snow globe, and you can shoot this at the same time with your dog or dogs, or you can composite these together to make this card. The 25 Days of Puppy Christmas Card series can be done with one or many dogs, created with a traditional camera or your phone, done in your house or outside, and range from elegant and refined to fun and quirky, so there's a fit for everyone. And don't forget, these photo shoot ideas also make for great social media advent calendars, even if they aren't all going to be used on your Christmas cards. If you're using a traditional camera, I recommend you set up a remote shutter release through a clicker or an app on your phone so you can take photos from where you're posed. If you're using your phone, I recommend you set it to cinematic video and take screenshots of the best frames after, since pups tend to move around a lot and you don't want to stress over missing the shot. Each of these episodes is designed for a specific card template that will link in the caption, but you can use this on whatever template works best for you. Now, because we're doing a snow globe, you are doing some photo manipulation with this. That means you are going to be putting your image inside of the snow globe, and we're going to create an overlay for this, make it real easy for you to just add it behind it, and then you can use that card from there. And you can actually shoot this in a couple of different ways. You can do this with your dog, so if you want to create a scene that goes inside of your snow globe, you can do this all in one sitting, or you can do individual images of you and your dog or your dogs and composite those together. We've talked about how to do that in a lot of our past tutorials, so make sure you check out the other episodes as well. And this is really effective if you have like a light colored background. If you use something that is going to be solid, it's going to blend in more with the card. So you're going to be able to kind of shape it more to the snow globe than if you had a busy background. So you can do a scene. You can sit in front of the fireplace. You can sit on your couch. You can sit by your tree. You can have all of those things, but I very much like to do this in a composite form where you are taking individualized images of you and your dog or dogs and putting them together. Then you can add in things like a Christmas tree. You can add in some of the decorations behind, and it looks more realistic to the snow globe world we are creating. No, it's not a realistic scene. It is a fantasy snow globe scene. So when you're taking it out of the context of the real world, but in the context of the world we're creating in the snow globe, it's going to look really great. Drop your photo into Photoshop or whichever photo editing platform you are using, and we're going to start with our local retouches. You have dark shadows under your eyes. You're going to use your clone tool on 28% opacity and just use your option button to hold down to click on part of your forehead, and you're just going to pop a little bit of brightness under those eyes there. You can use your sharpening tool to sharpen the eyes just a touch if needed. Noses on puppies tend to need a little bit of sharpening, so you can do that as well. You've got your spot heal tool if you need to clean up puppy eyes or if you have any stray hairs on your outfit. We've talked about how to do this in all of the other episodes, so make sure you go back and check those out. Then if you need to do any color refining, now is the time to do it. My puppy doesn't look too terrible, but I, in my very, very, very white-based skin, may need to calm the brightness down on this just a little bit. So I'm actually going to drag that down. You can see, oh, it's half and half. You can see that really well. And I'm going to pull up my contrast. And then if it's too dark, I'm going to pop up the brightness a little bit. But sometimes I photograph very white and highlighty, and we don't like that. So we need to make sure we're color balanced with the other things in the image. And I am just going to then paint that on to my face. If I need to, I can paint that onto my arm to get just a little bit of texture back in my skin. Maybe that's too much. Maybe I don't like that, or maybe it was too much just on my hands. I can lower my opacity and switch to the opposite color brush. So toggle X to go back from white to black. We've talked about this in all the other episodes, and you can kind of see how I am just making that a little bit more matching with my puppy, who is photographed very bright here. Now when I'm done with that, I'm going to actually flatten this image. And now comes the fun part. I am going to select my subject, and it is going to, oh, it got really good on that one. That was pretty good. If your marching ants maybe got too much of your background, you're going to use your option tool to remove. So let's just say I don't like where it grabbed the hair here. I'm just going to remove that little bit. If I need to add something, I'm holding the shift button down, and it's going to add that in. If you need to undo what you just did, Command Z. So you were just trying to make sure that you've got nothing of the wall there. You just want you and your pup. You want to make sure you have any hairs, stray hairs. Like you can see how I have part of my hairs flying out here like I had a fan on. I did not. But I could grab that. That's a lot of extra work. I'm not worried about it. So then I'm just going to unlock my background layer. So you just tap on that little lock, and you're going to click that little button that adds the layer mask. It looks like a square or a rectangle with a circle in the middle, and you're good to go. Now, you may need to refine this just a little bit, especially around hair. You're going to go into a hard round brush, and black 100%. You're going to zoom in real far. Here we go. We're getting into pixelated territory. And now I'm on 100% opacity. I was on 41. And we're just refining this. Now, you don't have to do this here. You can do this over when you're adding it to your template if you're doing it in Photoshop. If you're just adding this to the template, you need to do it here first. So you're just going to refine it. You don't have to go like super refiney. And again, you just toggle with the X key between black and white. Black removes, white adds in. So you can see how it's a little pixelated here. I'm just adding some of that back in. This might be a little pixelated here. So I'm removing on the outside, I'm adding back to the inside of my puppy. And so you can make this as smooth as you want. You can make this however you need to if you have like stray hairs. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of fuzzy, especially around the hair, if it looks natural. So you can kind of see how I have the wispies up here. It got that really good, but over here, maybe I need to refine this just a little bit more so that it's a little more smooth and not kind of weird when I put it into the template. So we've got the wispies over here. Wispies are good. Other things are not. We've got my strap here. You can see how on my arm, it did not have a refined line. So especially on skin, you're just going to refine that line. And you can either refine it from the outside, removing bits of it if it's pixelated, or you can refine it from the inside by pushing it out. If you refine it by the inside from pushing it out, you just have to make sure you don't get any of the wall background. So we don't want to take it in too much. We want to look natural the way that we are. We want to make sure there's no pixelation. So you can see there's a little bit of pixelation down here. I'm just going to tweak and refine that. I'm going to come over to my hand over here. Again, a little bit of pixelation. We just want to refine that so it's a nice even edge because we are not pixelated humans. We want to make sure that that looks correct. You may have to raise and lower the size of your brush, which you can do with the bracket keys, or you can do it up here on your brush size as well. And then you're just going to need to refine your dog's fur if necessary. A little bit of pixelation right there that I don't want, so I'm just going to tweak that, especially around the ears. You just want to be mindful of what's what. And then you can see how it took away part of her head. I'm just going to add that back in so that she looks the way that she is supposed to. And then we're going to pull right back out. And now we have our cut out people that we're going to add into our template. On our template, you're just going to pop it into or behind the template that we've created. Then you're going to drop your cutout image into your snow globe. Now there are layers to this. So you are going to put your image over the snow globe. If you need to refine the edge down along the bottom, you can do that. Then you're going to drop the transparent overlay onto that. So that has the snow. It has kind of a little bit of the edge where it's frosted on that glass. If you want to add a color to the background, you can do that. So you do not have to leave it just white. I kind of played up the color in my background so it's a little bit more blue. You can leave the wall there if you want. Whatever's going to work best for you, you can add in that color. But I kind of like having that bluish color. It adds to that glass feel. And then because we have the highlights over on the side, that's going to make it feel like it is a 3D image rather than just a flat-based image. You'll notice we've got the shading on the base of that as well. And then we've got the really cute Let It Snow words with the snow actually in it. So we've got the snow overlay here for you as part of that overlay. And then we've got it up in the Let It Snow. You can write your message. This is just a really cute way to kind of turn yourself into that little snow globe. I wish that I could kind of shake this. You can even, if you want, change the coloring of your image. So you can click on your image and go in and refine your curves panel from that more yellow tone to more of a blue tone, but that's entirely up to you and how you want to do it. We've discussed this in other episodes, but this is how you can very easily turn yourself into that snow globe if you don't want to create your own. Once you have your snow globe card designed, you want to make sure you're using words along the lines of those winter wonderland, let it snow, things that are going to go with the snow globe, because remember, snow globes are things that you pick up, you shake, and the snow or the glitter is going to swirl and fall inside of the snow globe. So lean into that aspect of the card that you are creating and get that sent out to your friends and family. If this was your card, congratulations, you found it. 24 more ideas on the YouTube channel here. If this wasn't your card, and this is just a really cool thing to be putting on your social media, we've got your card idea in the rest of the 25. Go check those out and come back for more episodes as we help you to continue to thrive in your life as a pet parent. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.